I'm gonna smush you like a turkey bug. What?
She has quite the slime trail.
But she's changed. She's not the same dog that she was.
Because I won a feud.
Man, if you can multiple chart that shit, you're huge.
And everyone goes, bleh.
Sushi Jackknife. 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 Sushi Jackknife.
Gift the Magi. Gift the Magi. What are you chuckling about?
Oh, a news story we can talk about later.
Okay.
We don't have to talk about it right now, right at the beginning of the podcast. We don't have to immediately launch into material.
Do we ever?
Well, no.
No, we don't.
I mean, we'll see if we transition to it at any point in time.
You know, it's kind of like things. There are little things floating around in this basement. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we grab them.
Yeah.
If we grab them, we grab them. If we don't, we don't.
I mean, let's be honest. At this point, the podcast has been around long enough.
Yeah, it's been around a while.
That we know we're not going to talk about anything.
No consequence to any of this. Really.
The content portion's out the window. We don't do that.
It was a clear decision right from the beginning. Are we going to have content? No. There's
enough podcasts out there that think through what they're going to talk about and stuff.
It's true.
We don't want to jump on that that bandwagon.
It's a bandwagon.
Oh man, it's so overdone.
It's a fad.
Oh, I took notes about what I want to talk about this week. Lame.
I have transitions and sections and blah blah blah.
Good job, nerds.
Sushi Jackknife, the podcast, not for nerds.
That's right.
Yeah.
We are if podcasting was a high school.
Yeah.
We're like the ultra cool jocks that just knock books out of everyone's hands for fun and nut tap people. Just sack taps everywhere. Just
fuck those nerds, man.
That's the noise of nut tapping someone.
I like this Ooh, that's nasty. That's nasty. Ugh. So anytime you hear that from here on out, you know what that means.
Just know a nerd just got punished. Nerd.
This is a nice fantasy for me because I was the nerd.
What? You?
That's a shocking revelation, right? So being the pick or honor, being the bully is attractive.
My high school never really had bullies.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. We just had the very popular football players that didn't talk to the other people, and that's pretty much it.
That was the division?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't talk to them. They didn't talk to us. We were fine with it.
Everything was kosher. Actually, my high school wasn't. I wasn't bullied. I was bullied when I was a younger kid, but not by that point.
I mean, what would I have had in common with the football players to talk about?
Not a lot.
They're going to be talking about, the party that they're going to that weekend, and I'm going, yeah, but have you heard the Ramones?
I like them.
They played music fast.
Their songs are real short, real short, and there's a lot of repetition. I love it. Beat on the Brat. Beat on the Brat.
I sing that to my child.
Bat. Oh yeah.
Does that make me a bad parent?
As long as you sing it like a lullaby.
Oh, I don't.
Oh, you just go beat on the Brat.
Yeah, beat on the Brat.
He was doing like a faux English thing in that song.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Sometimes he does that.
What can you do? Oh.
That's right. With the Brat like that.
It's an interesting creative choice he made there.
Yeah.
Welcome to Sushi Jackknife.
Welcome to Sushi Jackknife. What would it sound like a ballad? Beat on the Brat. Beat on. There's a piano right behind you. It's on actually.
Beat on
the Brat with the baseball bat. Oh yeah.
You know those lullaby albums?
Yeah.
Where it's they take music that's definitely not child appropriate and make a lullaby out of it.
AC/DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
I'm sure there's a Ramones one somewhere.
That would be amazing. Mastodon lullaby record.
When our child was due to be born. I went through a phase where I kept looking at these just because it blew my mind, the different people that they...
Oh, yeah.
One of them was a Kanye West
Really?
children's lullaby album.
Really? Really? How much melodic content?
I didn't
Can
listen to
you-
it.
That's interesting.
I liked imagining this kid growing up hearing Kanye West lullaby songs, and then someday later in life hearing the actual Kanye West song going, what?
Yeah.
What? That's what I was listening to?
Mom, you never told me.
I didn't know you could disparage women that many different ways.
Oh.
Oh.
I keep... Yeah.
No. For those who can't see what's happening right now,
Here we go.
Justin is in full-on texting mode. He's going full-on texting. Oh, here we go.
Give her one guess what this is. That dick's on me.
So normally
That's amazing.
Normally, I'm against, this reminds me of this, against music that's been edited for radio content because I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
This song is one of the few that I feel like the edited version is actually better than the unedited version, because he does the whole the song's stuck in my head now, so
Give me money. Yeah.
she's a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke.
Yeah.
In the edited version, which I think is we know what rhymes there.
Yeah.
You don't have to
You
say
don't
it.
have to say it.
I find that to be an interesting choice, but the unedited version just, says the word.
It just says the N word.
So
Yeah, this is fun. This is called Rockabye Baby. Lullaby renditions of Kanye West. It's got a sleepy teddy bear.
I remember also seeing, I believe, a Metallica one,
I'm sure that
which Enter Sandman.
Jesus Walks.
Oh, I would not have gotten that one.
Somebody had a lot of fun playing marimba and vibraphone on this album. Oh, this is kind of wonderful, actually. Yeah,
I still would not get that one.
No, I wouldn't either. YouTube is gonna flag the shit out of us for this one.
Oh, that's okay.
That's all right.
Well,
we don't give a fuck, YouTube.
Here, I found this.
Okay. Oh, that is so creepy.
So, Enter Sandman,
Oh my god.
if you want to make sure that your child
It's terrifying.
has nightmares,
Oh no. You might as well just put on horror movie soundtracks.
that's got to be the only lullaby version that's actually more terrifying than the original song.
The original song. I feel like Lars is gonna hear that and be like, damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it.
Why did we have guitars in the original version? This is better.
It should just be drums. Of course, drums. Drums and xylophones.
Oh, man.
It sounds like that's just not a bad band name. Drums and xylophones.
Well, that's definitely an indie pop band.
That's what I'm
there.
thinking too, right?
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I would not listen to them.
Oh,
It's an indie pop band with a lot of synth, and then all of the
Maybe.
chorus.
yeah.
All of the choruses are just the entire band doing the ah, ah, over and over and
Yeah,
over.
I'm tired of those.
Yeah.
I mean, I am tired of the big vocal things. Yeah, especially when it's like ah. Come on.
Yeah, it's been overdone.
Yeah,
I
try a little harder, guys.
I realized the other day I turned on Lightning 100.
And it was all
the local independent radio station.
yeah.
And I realized I'm old now because
Yeah.
I was listening to it going, I don't like any of this.
It's funny.
Because it was all garbage like that.
Well, yeah, there's a particular type of garbage that's and people are going to hate me for this, and I know I'm a snob, and I think that's been established in the show.
Oh, we all know that you're a snob.
Well, you're a snob too.
Yeah, just about different things.
I've rarely heard anything on there that I was like, oh, because it's a bit difficult to describe, but around here, around Nashville, if you're not doing country, you know, if you're not debasing yourself to the level of take a drunk girl home, fuck, we've covered it. It's still a constant source of humor. Pay your student loan, take a drunk. It's not a real line, but it should be.
It might as well be.
That'd be a nice thing to do. Just
You
go
know
ahead and
what?
pay your student
If
loan.
you took a drunk girl home,
No.
logged into her computer, paid off her student loans, and left,
Yeah.
that's how you win your way into her heart.
Hell yeah, you do.
For at least one day.
Yeah, you at least get brunch out of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And she might even go Dutch on brunch.
Dutch on brunch.
Yeah, Dutch on brunch.
Brunch on Dutch. Dunch on brunch. Dutch on brunch. That sounds like a song.
Well, it sounds like a podcast by a guy named John Dunch
About brunch.
where he reviews different brunch places.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
There's also, the Pavement song, Shady Lane, Blind Date with a Chancer. We had oysters and dry lancers, and the check when it arrived, we went Dutch, 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 Dutch. I love that song. Anyway, what the hell? Oh, I was complaining about music.
Yeah. Go back to your complaint.
Yeah, so if you're not doing the country thing, there's like this other thing you can do here, which is like this retro kind of rock, very like, there's a lot of for a while there, it was folky, and then there were like everything was kick drum, just like boom, boom, four on the floor kick drum, and then these claps that were just
That was the Mumford and Sons influence.
that and what's that other band?
Abbott Brothers.
No, not so much Ava Brothers. I like those guys. What was the other one? Head in the Heart.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of thing. Yeah.
They're a Lightning 100 band. That
Yeah.
I can't. I just can't.
I'm with you. We've moved a bit past that, and now we're into this like more electric, but this like retro electric. Like I've got an old amp, and I mean I have an old amp, so I'm kind of being a dick here because like
The Black Keys influence.
it's the Black Keys thing.
Yeah.
It's the Black Keys thing.
Yeah.
So that's your other like sonic choice, and then there are these like rock bands that like that are fine, but like just all they ever did was like listen to like Zeppelin records. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
Which is kind of the White Stripes influence, actually, probably a lot. It's like these really fuzzy guitars, but there's no like songs,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and I love fuzzy guitars, but like Wilco has fuzzy guitars and they have songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
can actually write a song and use the instruments.
Exactly. Right. It's true.
You
It's
don't
true.
go, I have a fuzzy guitar.
Right.
No songs.
Right.
Never a song here.
Exactly. So in those worlds, like outside, like leaving out R&B and hip hop and stuff, like those are like your two sonic choices here, unless you're like a singer songwriter type thing.
Which there's a lot of that.
a lot of that.
And all of the singer-songwriters seem to border on country.
Yeah.
They may not quite get to country,
Right.
but they're country adjacent.
You know what that is? That is seeking crossover. Because sometimes a song will hit on multiple charts, multiple
Right.
stations, and that is the thing that makes music business people come, is a crossover. because like Yeah, you can have a hit in one area, but man, if you can multiple chart that shit, you're huge.
The thing that continually surprises me about living in Nashville is the lack of traction that people like Jason Isbell have around here. Because you would think he's doing a very traditional country.
Yeah. It's very good.
Him, Sturgill Simpson, people
Very
like
good.
that.
Yeah, all good.
Very traditional country.
Yeah.
And everyone goes, bleh. You know what I like? Brad Paisley. He's on those Nationwide commercials. That's neat.
I actually do like him in those Nationwide commercials a lot. You got a yoga place. I don't remember what it is, but like, I find him charming.
I don't dislike him as a person.
Yeah.
His music isn't my favorite, but it slides by.
It's better than a lot but around here.
It's still not the traditional country.
Right.
You would think a traditional sounding country artist could succeed around here.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
succeeding nationally.
Jason Isbell's doing very well.
Doing extremely well, yeah.
He's getting nominated for Grammys. He's doing all sorts of things.
Great stuff.
He will sell out shows here.
Stapleton as well. Yeah.
But he's selling out like the Ryman.
Yeah.
Not a bigger venue.
Right. Yeah, people do kind of they're not as into it. You're absolutely right, because we are a country music town. Like you would think they would. And we have such rich history. Yeah. You know what I mean? Such rich history when it comes to that. Not only like, the Ryman, the studios, and then, I mean, the Opry. I mean, it's just, it all comes. This is this is ground zero.
It is. For better or worse.
For better or for worse. And we have it all here. We have great and we have like total crap.
This is a throwback to Everett.
Oh, yeah.
Did I ever tell you about the country music conversation I had with Everett?
You might have. I remember.
So Everett liked to complain about modern country. Now, for those who don't remember Everett was a full 7 years my junior.
He was a little boy.
Yeah. So he was complaining about modern country, which was one of the very few things I could get on board with.
Yeah. You guys didn't agree on much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just because he's a bad person. But
you hear that, Everett?
But he was complaining about modern country, and then he told me, I really just like old country. I was like, oh yeah, like Hank Williams, like who are we talking about? Old country. Feeling like I should be skeptical about his answer. Right. I was correct. He's like, old country, like Garth Brooks or...
Oh, my God.
The 90s were not old country.
No.
Pipe down, Junior.
That's so true. Yeah, old country like George Strait, Alan Jackson.
I think he listed George Strait. Yeah.
I actually like George Strait a lot.
Well, but it's not old country.
It's not old country. It's not old country.
If it was made in my lifetime, it's not old country.
No, it's not. I mean, no, especially when you can, like you said, you can go back to Hank Williams. You can go even further back than that. That's,
Like Hank Williams is like the line for me for old. I mean, you can, I'll say Willie Nelson's the line for old country. Anything younger than Willie Nelson.
Johnny Cash.
Well, that's a contemporary.
Of Willie Nelson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything that came after Willie Nelson
I gotcha.
Was a star.
Okay.
Nah, that's not old country. Reba McEntire, not old country.
Nope.
Anything like that.
Nope.
Dolly Parton, not old country. I'm not saying anything bad about Dolly Parton, but she's not old country. Kenny Rogers was not old country.
Yeah. Though Dolly got her start pretty early. Anyway.
But when she was a star, I mean a star.
Superstar. Have you ever seen 9 to 5?
No.
Classic.
I don't have any.
It was like one of the VHS tapes that my grandma had. Have I talked to you about this?
No.
She had like 4 VHS. One was Nikki, Wild Dog of the North, which was like kind of, I think, a Disney live action thing about like a dog that gets away. Like she's like a trapper's dog in Canada.
Okay.
Like a French fur trapper dog.
Right.
and she gets away, and then she becomes like a wild dog for a while.
Does she speak?
No, it's voiceover with nature. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds terrible.
It was very relaxing. And at one point she gets captured by some jackass and becomes like a fighting dog.
I was hoping for like a Homeward Bound type of situation.
No. And by the end, she hooks back up with the fur trapper. It's kind of beautiful. But she's changed. She's not the same dog that she was.
And then she murders the fur trapper.
If only.
Yeah.
So that one and 9 to 5. And then she had this like, we've definitely talked about this, but she had this this VHS of the Serengeti of all these animals who every year they eat this fruit off this tree that is ripened, and then it produces alcohol in it. And so all these animals get drunk and flop around, like from elephants to monkeys and birds. It's funny
I
as
want to
shit.
see a drunk elephant.
It's pretty great. I mean, but imagine if it fell on you. Not good. Not good. Very dangerous.
That's true.
A drunk elephant.
That's true.
I feel like we should coin a phrase here. There's nothing more dangerous than a drunk elephant.
I think that we should take away the name Tea Party.
Yeah.
And they should just be the drunk elephants.
That's kind of true.
Just stumbling around, don't know what they're doing.
They're not much of a force anymore, are they really?
I mean, Ted Cruz still exists.
Well, that is a problem.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Okay, so the story.
Yeah, the story. Yeah, we got there. Hey, we did it.
Yeah.
There.
Speaking of politics.
Grabbed it out of the air.
So when President, let me read from CNN for you here.
Oh.
When President Donald Trump's White House emailed the Guggenheim Museum in New York City in September and asked to borrow Vincent van Gogh's 1888 painting Landscape with Snow.
What?
The curator from the famed institution had a counter-offer. What do you think the counteroffer that the Guggenheim gave Donald Trump was? Now,
Okay.
It's less than Van Gogh.
Okay.
We're not at Van Gogh level anymore.
I understand.
It was,
Oh, man.
and I'm actually a little surprised reading this that Trump didn't take them up on this offer. A fully functional 18-karat gold toilet. A Guggenheim spokeswoman confirmed to the Washington Post that Donna Hayashi Smith of the White House's Office of the Curator emailed Nancy Spector, curator at the Guggenheim, in September and asked if they could borrow the painting. In the email published by the Post, Spector responded with a polite no, but offered instead a fully functional solid 18-karat gold toilet titled America.
That's the best thing I've ever heard. Oh, I love that.
Trump got trolled by the Guggenheim.
That's an accomplishment. Mm-hmm. Wow.
I don't know. Like when I was in New York nearly a decade ago.
Wow.
We visited the Guggenheim.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Awesome.
The Guggenheim, they shouldn't be surprised by this response from the Guggenheim. Just walking around the Guggenheim, you know they're not gonna like Donald Trump.
It's an art gallery.
Yeah. It's not a super right-wing place.
As most art galleries aren't.
Not to mention, what is Trump going to do with a Van Gogh painting?
Why did he even... I don't understand what he... You can't trust him not to get special sauce on a Van Gogh.
I just feel like if you got the Van Gogh, you hung it in the White House, Trump's going to, at some point, yell at someone because that's not a real picture. What is that? That's not a real picture.
I would love to walk into the Oval Office and just find like that he's got those inspirational landscapes. Courage.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I would bet he's a step below that. He's just got the cat hanging in there.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Hang in there.
Just hanging in there. So I watched the Letterman thing on Netflix.
Oh yeah, very good.
Very good. What's it called? I can't.
It is My Next Guest Is.
My next guess is
With David Letterman.
right.
Which is a confusing title.
It is. And
His next guest was Barack Obama.
was Barack Obama. It's like a 6-part thing.
Yeah.
Only on Netflix. I think they're doing like one a month.
Because Letterman can't actually retire.
Yeah. That was kind of the premise.
I think that he should have just led off by saying, I was tired of being at home.
Yeah. Well,
My family exhausted me. I want to do this.
he grew a bodacious beard, and I think he was actually like a little like sullen and depressed at home, and I think he needed something, you know.
He's Santa Letterman now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
I mean, it's a full foot long beard.
It's intense. He went for it.
Yeah.
But he still wears a nice suit. He's a very like thin, fit man. I never realized
He runs. He's a runner.
He's a runner. Ah, good to know. Yeah. So yeah, B-Rock was on there, and my undying love for B-Rock. You know, I would suggest to anyone who feels maybe a bit hopeless, maybe a bit downtrodden about our current political situation, that you watch this, because I actually found it uplifting.
It was.
It's
Barack Obama's always uplifting.
He is.
It's his thing.
He's very talented at it. And also, there's a clear, like, you could tell they like each other.
Yeah.
They enjoy each other. And there's a lot in there about John Lewis that's very inspirational. And
I would say also, if you don't think that the country is going the wrong direction, you should probably watch it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
If you are a diehard Republican, first off, why the hell are you listening to this? That's a bad idea.
How did you even find this?
Do something different with your time.
We're going to sick Sid the stabby fish on you.
Secondly,
We'll explain.
go just fast forward through all the Barack Obama portions. If it's going to throw you off, you don't have to watch Obama. Just watch John Lewis.
Just watch John Lewis.
It's a good thing for everyone to watch.
Yeah.
It gives a lot of background that people need to have in life.
Yeah. I mean, the guy's been arrested, I think he said like 40 times for protesting, even as a senator.
Yeah.
Even as a congressman, I guess. Yeah. He, it's just incredible. And he's such a humble, gentle soul, you know, fully committed to the principles of nonviolence.
Yeah.
Has been hit in the head with billy clubs, beat up by all kinds of shit happened to him by police, and you know he stuck to his values.
Anyway,
it's admirable. Yeah, highly recommend that. Have we talked about comedians in cars getting coffee?
No, but
have you watched it?
I've watched some of it.
I've watched some of it as well.
So,
lovely show.
I have a new crush in life. It's okay. My wife is fully aware of this, and she co-signs on this.
Oh, good.
Sarah Silverman is the most delightful human being on the planet Earth.
She is great. Yeah.
And so I had to watch the one with Sarah Silverman.
Of course you did.
She makes me feel happy every time I see her.
Oh, that's great. Good
She's
for
a very happy person. I don't think we talked about this on the podcast.
No.
So this is an example of why everyone should like Sarah Silverman as much as I like Sarah Silverman. She had a person come after her on Twitter. Just a very angry troll type of person. She engaged with this individual and ended up, through the course of the conversation, finding out, first off, got the guy to stop being aggressive very quickly, because how can you be mean to a person who's as nice as her? Found out that the guy has an injured back and has been on pain medication.
Oh.
And then she spent time on Twitter trying to get followers to help her find a back surgeon who would help this person.
Oh.
Pro bono.
Wow. That's fantastic.
It went from this man's angry at her to she helped him get better.
Yeah, that's awesome.
If that's how people should be.
That is
in
how
life.
people should be. Yeah, I agree.
Be more Sarah Silverman-y.
Yeah.
You can tell as many poop jokes as you want.
Well, and she does.
But just be nice to people.
Yeah. Well, and I think that, like, you know, she's obviously self-secure enough not to fly into a rage because someone was shitty to her on Twitter.
Oh, I'm sure she's very used to it.
Yeah.
She's very outspoken politically.
Oh, absolutely.
And so the Trump brigade is always going to go after
coming
her.
for her. Yeah. Her sister is cool on Twitter as well. Laura.
Yeah, everyone should follow them and me on Twitter.
Yeah, and me too.
Yeah.
And the show. Mostly the show. I don't actually use my personal account all that much. Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. So I've watched a lot of it. And if you haven't seen the show, it used to be on Crackle for free.
Yeah.
Now it's on Netflix.
Crackle.
Crackle.
Remember that being a thing?
Is it gone?
No.
Oh, okay. It's.
I mean, it might as well.
I think
be.
it's still there.
The one thing that people cared about on Crackle was comedians in cars getting coffee, and now it's on Netflix.
And Seinfeld, you could watch Seinfeld on there.
Well, you can watch that on Hulu.
That's true.
Every episode,
all of it. But the premise of the show, if you haven't seen it, is Jerry Seinfeld, who is a car person. He's a car guy, self-described. Gets a fancy car from somebody, usually an antique.
I was really hoping your description was going to be Jerry Seinfeld goes with a comedian in a car to get coffee.
I mean, that is the basic premise.
It's the most literal title of any show ever.
I love it. I just love it. And he's like, and the voiceover on the title is, "I'm Jerry Seinfeld. This is comedians in cars getting coffee." And that's what they do. And he's had a variety of people on. Last night I watched the one with Trevor Noah.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Which was good. And I watched the one with Kristen Wiig.
Okay.
Who I've learned something interesting about Kristen Wiig. Does not like being on camera.
Interesting. She's in the wrong profession.
Well, I think what she kind of was saying is she finds it really awkward unless she's like being on. You know what I mean? Like
that explains every appearance on SNL that she ever had.
Yeah.
I do not think anyone can name, and I challenge you to try one sketch where Kristen Wiig was the straight person.
Yeah.
On her entire run on SNL.
Right. And yeah, I mean, and she's hilarious, but obviously. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, she said she didn't get SNL till she was 30, by the way, which is pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They went to this like pie and coffee place, which looked amazing. Just lots of pies and stuff. I love that.
The other one I had to watch was Larry David.
Yeah. I haven't seen that one.
The co-creator of Seinfeld with Jerry Seinfeld.
Right.
The namesake of the show.
Yeah. And Curb Your Enthusiasm and all that. Yeah.
If you've watched Curb Your Enthusiasm, Larry David is exactly the same as his character in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, that is him. It's him. And wasn't George sort of based on Larry David?
He's not putting much on Curb Your
No.
He's in more outlandish situations.
Right.
But that's just him.
It's just who he is. Yeah.
He complained about the same amount of things during the episode of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
Jim Carrey was an interesting one.
Well, Jim Carrey's an interesting we've discussed
we
Jim Carrey.
We did discuss Jim Carrey, didn't we? Yeah. And then the other one I kind of fell asleep actually. It was late. But John Oliver was great. I mean, I love John Oliver.
Yes.
I think John Oliver's excellent.
Again, if you're a Republican listening to this podcast, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Rethink your life. Maybe think about what we're saying. Maybe find some joy. Maybe, there's probably something you're repressing, and it might be worth looking into.
We need to find two mirror personalities of ours that are the same level of liberal that we are.
Yeah.
But on the conservative side.
Yeah.
And have a mirror podcast.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, there's one guy who reached out to us a long time ago. Remember that? And it never worked out. But they did a politics show.
Yeah.
And we could never get it going. But yeah,
I don't know if I want to talk about them on.
Oh, all right.
Well, no, I just feel okay. So I follow them on Twitter because they followed me.
Ah, gotcha.
I'm a proud member of Team Follow Back. If someone follows me, as long as I don't look at you and go, "Oh, you're a bad person," I'm gonna follow you too.
Yeah, that's what I generally do as well.
Not everything, but many of the things that they tweet, I read it and then immediately shake my head.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it's best that it didn't work out then.
Yeah, they.
If you want me to edit this out, let me know.
No, I don't care.
Okay.
I mean, they'll never hear it, or maybe they will.
If
we want to start a feud with them,
I don't want to start a feud.
You know what?
No feuds.
Let's start a
no
podcast feud.
No feuds. I don't want feuds.
No, I think a good feud is what. There aren't enough of them.
There aren't enough about like very minor podcasts.
Yeah, I want a podcast
such
feud
as ours.
that is like 90s rap feud level.
So we have
not Biggie Tupac.
Someone has to die.
but like Jay-Z and Nas.
Okay.
Like we could have that level
right,
of
those
feud
guys are both still alive.
Yeah, where we just go back and forth and
all right.
Then we cut a bunch of diss tracks.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know that I want to engage in this, Nathan. I'll be honest with you. I'm a little nervous about it.
You're gonna like backmask the name of the podcast so no one knows who we're talking
Actually,
about.
I am going to do that. That's a brilliant idea. You guys will have never heard the name of the show that we mentioned.
Yeah. But anyway, now
I got to do it twice, you son of a bitch. God damn it.
It's
I have to listen to this down.
It makes sense that in the South they would
feel the way they feel.
They feel the other thing about them is and maybe we should take note from them. They're the most shameless self-promoters I've ever seen anywhere.
We're not good at that.
The local news station, I follow our local Fox affiliate because they have long local news, so I get more information from them about traffic, whatnot.
Sure.
Everything they say, this particular podcast,
thank you,
is replying to.
Wow.
Yeah, they're like trying to engage with every single member of this Fox affiliate.
That's interesting.
It's weird. Maybe we should be more like them.
Maybe we should. I mean, we could take a lesson. We are absolute shit at promoting ourselves. Mm-hmm. So if you're, I'm going to say this, and several of our fans, some of our listeners have done this already. But like, if you like this show, like, help us promote it because we're terrible at it. And I don't know. We'll keep doing it regardless because we're happy that you're here.
Yeah.
I think Nathan and I would probably do it anyway, just because.
We really need an intern.
That would be lovely. If you want to be our intern, we can offer you.
We offer you literally one thing.
Nothing.
We cannot offer course credit.
No compensation.
But a hug.
Yeah. I could help you if you're interested in audio. I could help you with that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I can't offer you one thing in life. I have nothing to give. I can offer you sarcastic comments.
Nathan is tapped out. His humor. He'll offer you his humor.
I will gladly make fun of you.
Yeah. So if you want to be our intern,
that's what we need. I don't know.
Just write us.
I don't know how you get an intern.
I think you ask for one and then someone emails you.
Is that it?
SushiJackknife@gmail.com. Yeah.
That can't possibly be
or
all there is to it.
Or private message us on Twitter or something.
Yeah, you can private message me.
At Sushi Jackknife or at Badlands Badly.
Yes. Yeah. And I might respond to your private message. I got one the other day from someone who followed me saying, "Hey, I'm an R&B and rapper, and blah, 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 blah. And I just looked at the first line and went, nope, and never read the rest of it.
There is a lot of, like, someone got the idea out there that, social media has its ups and downs, right? It's wonderful for some things. It's wonderful that we can do this and that like musicians can get their stuff out there and all that in the world, because there's always a chance that if you're really great, like it might go somewhere. But I also feel like people focus too much on the promotion a lot of times and less on like the product.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so we end up with a lot of like people who are great at being like, hey, and they have like a bajillion followers, but like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what are they doing?
Yeah, the people who follow you and have, like, you're like, oh, they have 200,000 followers.
Yeah.
And they followed me? Weird.
Yeah.
And then you look and they have 199,000 people they're following.
Right. Exactly. And I guess ideally you want the proportion to be the other. You want more followers than you follow.
Yeah.
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 I guess.
Ideally, it would be significantly more.
You're right. Right. Like a lot more.
Yeah. I wanna be on the Eminem level where I have 5 million followers and I follow 0 people.
He really does. He doesn't
follows
follow.
0 people.
That's awesome. I love it.
His Twitter is specifically so he can go, hey, I have a song. You go listen to it now. Bye. That's what I want.
I love it. I'm into it.
That and a 90s style rap feud.
Yeah.
With a local podcast.
Yeah.
Of a certain name.
Yeah. Thanks for not saying it again.
I hope someone is able to unscramble the name and then start going after them on our behalf.
Oh boy. Wow.
Because I want a feud. Look, I tried feuding with Taylor Swift. How many times did I insult her on this podcast?
So many.
Do you know how many times she's insulted me back? 0 times.
Yeah.
I want one song on her album.
Sometimes you just want to be noticed.
Just one line in one song.
That's hilarious.
Maybe that's what the haters gonna hate was about.
No, that was like before us.
Well, I know, but she could have sensed my hatred.
From afar.
Yeah.
She's a Jedi Master.
I mean, it's pretty strong.
She's like Rey. Yeah. She can just pick up on shit.
Yeah.
We should thank, speaking of people who regularly support the show, there's, of course, there's Jeff and there's Adam and Jimmy Evans on Twitter as well. It's like constantly retweeting us. So thank you, all of you. Yeah. Oh, and Adam, your package is in the mail. You may have already received it at this point.
Now you're just a UPS tracking service.
I want to know your thoughts because I put some random ass shit in that envelope for you. Anyway, I had a lot of fun.
All right, so actual content here.
Yeah, is this quick hits?
Well, do we want to do quick hits?
Quick
I have
hits.
other things.
Well, no, other things.
We'll do quick hits last.
We'll save it.
Last.
Save it.
So I don't know. You're not a football person.
I mean,
you're not a football person.
I'm not a football person.
Don't try to sugarcoat this. You're not a football person. So I don't know how much you remember this being a thing. Do you remember the original run of the XFL, the Extreme Football League?
Vaguely, yes.
Run by one Vince McMahon
that guy.
WWE fame.
Yes, I do remember it a little, yeah.
So the original run, I'm looking here, 2001.
That's okay, yeah.
2001. So
I was watching television then.
That was a few moons ago. Featured a lot of gimmicks. Like players could put whatever they wanted on the back of their jersey. The most famous one was a player named He Hate Me. He Hate Me.
What? Who hates him?
He hate me. He hate me.
Who hates him?
He hate me.
Is it God?
The teams were teams like the Memphis Maniacs.
Oh, boy.
With an X.
No. No.
The New York/New Jersey, because they couldn't commit to one. Hitmen.
Are you serious?
Yeah. The Hitmen.
Oh, boy.
There were a lot of gimmicks like players, instead of flipping a coin, players would line up on opposite sides of the field and just run towards the middle where there was a football to decide possession, and that was a good way to injure players.
Ooh, that does sound rough.
Well, due to, it seems like this is mostly due to this, the kneeling during the national anthem in the NFL.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon has decided it's time to bring a safer, don't know how that's going to work, and politic-free football league back. That's right. The XFL 2020 is back.
No.
That's the official league name, I believe. XFL 2020.
Gross.
So I wanted to see if you could come up with some new team names.
Ooh,
here.
I like it. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
They haven't announced any cities
Okay.
or any teams. Now, obviously, we got to keep the New York/New Jersey Hitmen.
That's just too good to change.
Right.
Yeah.
What other team names can you come up with here?
the Nashville Nut-Quacks.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Makes as much sense.
It's but crazy doctors.
Okay.
That's their theme. Not good. Not good doctors.
Okay.
Name a city. Give me a city.
Let's see. Okay, so it's got to be one where there's not an NFL team already.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't
Shit.
know that.
Okay.
New York, New Jersey's very vague. That's just an area. They also had the Chicago Enforcers. There is a football team in Chicago.
Can we have like Rhode Island?
Yeah. Why not?
Rhode Island lobster people.
I was thinking
Appreciate a good theme.
like there's Salt Lake City's big enough to have a basketball team, but they don't have a football team.
Yeah.
They could have like the Salt Lake City Crazy Mormons. That's right up their alley.
I was thinking Shakers because it's like salt shaker.
No, man.
And they could get up and they could do their little Salt Lake City shake.
Okay.
Salt shake.
Okay.
And they could have a little, you have like a lot of like maracas happening.
All right. What about Portland? Portland needs a football team. Those coffee swilling, mustachioed hipsters have to have something to root for besides the Trailblazers.
The Portland Putreds. Pretty good, right?
Yeah. I just want to know, and I don't know, I mean, you don't know anything about football, so I don't know if you can.
I'm good at naming teams, though.
Why, if a league existed for.
I just thought of something funny. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No. I'm not
Okay.
gonna share.
If a league existed for 1 year
Okay.
before it folded disgracefully,
Yes.
it just collapsed in on itself. Why would you think it would be better the second time around?
Because Vince McMahon has some sort of brain disorder. I'm convinced. He's actively fueling the apocalypse.
Probably.
Yeah.
So I have an idea with it.
All right.
The league starts in 2020.
Yeah.
And Vince McMahon, his wife Linda,
Yeah.
they're friends with Donald Trump.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking he could offer one team to Donald Trump.
Oh.
Just give him a team. He can't be president and run the team, so he's got to pick one. Obviously, the team is the more desirable choice for him.
Yes.
He can just choose not to run for
I
re-election
love this idea.
and just run the Hitmen.
That one or any of those teams would be great. He could start his own team. The Trump Tower, Trump-tastrophes.
The New York Colluders.
The New York Colluders. The Trump golden toilets.
Yeah. I was.
That's pretty good. The New York colluders.
I was.
No, excuse me. The Moscow colluders.
There we go. I was telling Tanae, my wife, about this today, and because it's just the most bizarre decision to me since another decision that I'll get into in quick hits.
Okay.
It doesn't make any sense why they would do this, and her gut reaction and initial question was, "You're not going to watch it, are you?"
What made you think that I would?
So I had to reassure her that, like, if an NFL game is on, let's say it's the Browns and the Dolphins.
Yeah.
That's not a good game. I don't want to watch that.
No.
This will be a team or a league with 8 teams that would lose to the Cleveland Browns.
That is true.
The Cleveland Browns did not win a game this year.
Right.
I don't want to watch any football below that level.
That is true. That is true. Do you think they'll be hungry, though? They'll be hungry?
No, I mean, maybe.
Like,
I don't know how much they get paid. They may not be able to afford to eat.
And this is different than arena football, right? Like,
Yeah, this is going to be
separate
regular outdoor football.
Okay.
When I say regular, I mean Vince McMahon regular,
Yeah.
not normal human being level regular.
Alternate reality football.
Right.
Got it.
The original run, there were a lot of incredibly scantily clad cheerleaders.
I do remember that.
That's the main thing to remember.
Yeah. I was a teenager at the time.
One of the high points
judge
of the XFL, and just gimmicks galore everywhere.
Left, right, center, back, full,
Yeah,
other things.
I hope, and I don't think this will be the case because it sounds like he wants it to be a legit football league, but I would love for him to film like he does in wrestling, film like the backstage confrontations between football players.
That's awesome.
Like they just start yelling at each other, and then one of them goes, "We'll take it out on the field."
Right. I'm going to smush you like a turkey bug. What? What the hell is that? What's a turkey bug? What the fuck is wrong with you? Quick hit me.
Okay, let's get these up.
Smack me.
Do you have the music?
Oh, fuck. God damn it. I forgot that I do that.
We need music.
By the way, look at this picture of Diebert as a slug. I'm just going to distract you for a moment. Look at. Doesn't that make you happy?
Oh, Slug Deeper.
Yeah,
She has quite the slime trail.
it's impressive. I guess on Instagram you can cartoonize yourself, and one of the choices is to be a slug person.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, why?
I don't know.
On Instagram?
There's a lot of things on Instagram.
So I may be the only person in the world that doesn't have an Instagram account.
Yeah.
So I know nothing about it. I didn't even know until today that professional sports teams have Instagrams.
Oh, yeah. It's a thing, man.
Why?
Yeah.
Quick hit music. Okay. So, Trump's lawyers told reporters Wednesday that his client was, quote, speaking hurriedly when he said he would love to speak with Mueller under oath. If Mueller got him to speak hurriedly while testifying,
Okay.
what is it Trump would say?
If Mueller got him to speak.
He misspeaks when he speaks hurriedly.
Yes.
He says things he doesn't mean to say out loud.
Jared did it. It was Jared. Jared did it. Jared did it. I mean me. It was me.
Yeah.
When I say Jared, I mean me.
I told Jared what to do. I'm in charge of everything.
I did it.
Jared's never in charge. I'm the one who's in charge. I told
charge.
him to talk to Russia because
Yeah.
I'm the boss.
Yeah.
In the same exchange,
Okay.
with reporters, Trump said it wasn't a big deal if he asked acting FBI Director Andrew McCabe who he voted for, because he would ask anyone who they voted for.
Boy, he hates that guy.
What is a less pleasant question one can ask another person during small talk besides, who did you vote for? I'm assuming all of his conversations start with that now.
Yeah. How do you feel about oppression? I don't know.
Does this look infected?
That's a good one.
That's
a great one. Want to see my tattoo?
How long can I have hemorrhoids before it's a major issue?
How long can you hold your breath in oil? We'll find out.
So
Let's get weird.
This is what I was referring to earlier as the more confusing decision to me.
Okay.
So you know how Will and Grace came back?
Yes.
And Roseanne is coming back.
Didn't know that.
Okay. CBS has ordered a 13-episode revival of, wait for it, Murphy Brown.
Oh, whoa!
To air this fall, 30 years after the premiere.
Whoa, I was just thinking about Murphy Brown.
Why? Why is anyone thinking about Murphy Brown?
Because it was on constantly. It used to be on constantly.
Well, it's going to be on again.
Who's the lead?
Candace
Bergen?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, she's cool.
Okay.
I
So
like Murphy Brown. Fuck you.
clearly we're going down the totem pole.
Oh,
though,
yeah,
on
for sure.
cultural importance, because no one talks about Murphy Brown.
Right, no, not at all. Not at all.
What's the next show to come back?
Dear John.
Dear John.
Remember Dear John?
Might as well.
Go all the way back to episode, I think 13 or something, where we talk about Dear John. Dear John, by the time you get this letter, I'll be gone. What a depressing premise for a fucking primetime television show.
Well, it's going to come back.
Oh, boy.
They might as well. They're out of ideas.
So
Every game show that was on in the 70s has come back with people like Alec Baldwin hosting them. They're running out. Dear John has to be somewhere in the hopper somewhere.
Who is the most depressed actor that you can come up with? Like a real sad J.K. Simmons would work for Dear John.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's kind of big, though. Do you think they could score
No,
Simmons?
but somebody in that arena.
They need a J.K. Simmons type.
Type. Yeah, type.
Kansas University police were called to the men's basketball dorm Wednesday
Ruh-roh.
because a man reportedly stopped by several times to try giving at least one player some advice on shooting free throws.
Okay.
So this man was invading their home, this stranger, to tell them how to shoot free throws.
Interesting.
The question here, does this mean that the best home defense you can possibly have is improving your free throw percentage? I know, so all of my in-laws are KU fans. And I know they're crazy KU fans. I didn't know they were crazy enough to break and enter to try to get people to shoot free throws better.
It's true. It's true.
Finally.
Okay.
Today, the day we are recording this, is National Compliment Day.
Oh.
In honor of this illustrious holiday,
Yeah.
compliment Trump. Go.
Oh, I thought you were going to ask me to compliment you
No.
or maybe give me a compliment as a gesture of
You have to compliment Trump.
kindness. Great job making the most of your limited intelligence.
That's good.
Yeah.
We would have also accepted you're the best at being sweet potato-like, both in skin tone and shape.
I like it.
Yeah.
And that is the end of Quick Hits.
Yeah.
It's fun. We haven't done Quick Hits in a while.
Yeah, I know. It's one of the better. It's way better than remake.
Yeah. We've had some other skits that we don't do anymore too. Like we used to do the white people racial slur of the week.
Yeah. Well, we have to retire that one.
We do.
Here's why. And I thought about this earlier this week. I was watching a stand-up special from Tom Segura.
No, Tom Segura, yeah.
And he has an entire bit on there. And really, I think we should probably sue him because we did this first.
Yeah.
Talking about how anyone can say any white racial slur they want.
Yeah.
Because it's not offensive in any way.
It's impossible. That's what we proved to ourselves. Yeah.
He said, if you get offended by the word honky, that's a problem because it's the dumbest sounding word. So I get maybe instead of feuding with the podcast. By the way, you have 3 back masks. I don't know if you noticed.
I'm aware. God damn it.
We should feud with Tom Segura.
Okay.
For stealing our bits.
stealing our bit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We have it on a
we have it on record.
Format.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He's a straight up joke thief. He's not a joke thief. Don't
actually do this.
I like him. I can't feud with him.
Yeah, I like him too.
Yeah.
He is funny.
So
He's
the
very
podcast is still on blast. I'm still going after them.
Okay. Well, you do you.
Yeah.
And we'll keep it a mystery as to who it is on the show. If any intrepid Sushi Jackknife listeners, you'll figure it out if you look. Just watch what Nathan does on Twitter.
Oh, I don't do anything with them. I can't reply to anything they say.
Oh,
because I can. I physically can. It's possible. But if I did, my reply every single time would just be, meh. Occasionally it might be, you exhaust me.
Sushi Jackknife.
Sushi Jackknife.
Hey everyone, this is Justin. We forgot to say that there won't be a show next week. Yeah, the reason is we have a little thing we're working on, and we need a little time to work on it. So, no show next week. We'll see you all in 2 weeks. Have fun, be special, eat an avocado for me. Really for yourself. Bye.